and took me out of the car.
Yeah. That was interesting, but I think it was like maybe just a little bit of rubber on fire
Underneath.
or something. So underneath, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I started back up. I was like, come on, get in, let's go. We'll get some air moving around, we'll be fine.
Let me tell you something else, though. That was the damn best burnout, and I've done it many years, that I have ever had.
Oh, thanks.
It was the highlight of the burnouts at Vegas, so thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure. That's my job as a champion, is to do the best one, right? So, yeah, it worked out good, thank God.
Let me ask you the reflection of seeing your team come here now finally and joining with your team. I've been looking at the names of the team guys and all that they contributed, and now we're trying to define the words we've gotten so far: relentless, hardcore, and badass from the team guys.
They really are all those things, and you know, it's it takes so much to get to this level where we're at right now, and so much hard work and dedication, and just, you know, sacrifices of their families. You know, these guys are on the road a lot. You know, they don't get a lot of time at home. A lot of them have kids, so I mean, just their whole family is a part of this, and it's great to see them all here tonight and celebrate, and just, you know, getting to take it all in and enjoy the fruits of their labor. So you know, just an unbelievable feeling for everybody, and I think everybody's really excited.
Martin, I just love the you being you and staying who you are and speaking from the heart and being that guy is what everybody wants. But your team says he lets us be us. What does that mean?
Well, that's my confidence in them shining through. That's you know, that's all it is. They proved to me early on that they have what it takes, and if I let them do their thing and I do mine, we're going to be successful. So, you know, they do the same with me. You know, they give me a lot of leeway to try things and do things I want to do, and, you know, give inputs on the car and things I feel like directions we should go and things we should try, even if it's, you know, during a race weekend, during practice at any point in time. And I maybe get them off track sometimes, but I think that just that confidence in each other and our abilities, and, you know, letting each other really excel at our jobs is a key to why we've been successful.
How much do you love this race team, and how can you define that love? Every team is tight. You don't win a championship without it being tight.
Sure.
But what is the love in this race team? How can you define it?
I really don't know, to be honest. I don't know really how to explain, you know, what we do, how we do it. I feel like all of us are unique and different, and we all have the personalities that we can actually make that work. We're not, you know, there's not a lot of egos in this group, and I think if there was, because we're all so different, it would be hard to make it work. So we've just honestly put it all together, gotten lucky, and you know, these guys just continue to work their guts out. And I think, honestly, it all starts with Cole, and he leads by example. And, you know, he expects everybody to put in a lot of effort and work at a high level, but he does it as well. So it's really easy for them to just kind of follow in his footsteps. So it all started with him, honestly, when he came on board, and leading by example and showing the guys really, you know, how to get after it and what relentless really is all about.
For everybody listening who might be trying to do something or accomplish something, and maybe they're failing and maybe things aren't going well, how can you talk to people about, I mean, I'm sure there were times you thought you were going to be a failure. I remember how driven you were when I first met you. I think it was at Bristol. We had a conversation, and I'm like, man, you are one driven son of a buck. You really always were very hard on yourself if things weren't going right and you weren't achieving. And look here, you're a champion now. What about the times that were hard? Did you ever doubt yourself at that time, or how did you pull yourself out of that?
I knew where I wanted to go. I knew I had what it took to get there, and on the days that I didn't, I knew if I worked harder, I could find it. So that's really all you can do. You got to surround yourself with good people. Fortunately for me, you know, through changing teams and all the things that was going on, and when things, my, you know, professional career really wasn't going the way I'd seen it going or hoped it would go, the people around me, my family, my friends, all just, you know, really helped me along in those times. And you know, I think everybody that's ever helped me race or been friends or, you know, hung out away from the racetrack and gave me advice, all those people are part of this championship. So, you know, I can remember, you know, racing my go-karts with guys that made me a better driver, and guys that volunteered to work on my modified, and, you know, our Busch North team, all those guys that have worked along the way alongside of me to get me here, they're all part of this. And so it's hard to name them all. It's hard to put them all in a speech for tonight, which I wish I could do. I just don't have enough time. But they all are certainly a part of this and part of who I am as a driver today, and I have so many great memories. So really, I'm just thankful, and you know, trying to make them proud and through all the hard work, and never giving up for all those guys.
What I see in you, too, is a guy who doesn't grab the spotlight, but when forced to take it, you're very genteel and very honest, and it just comes out of you. I don't see you as a big speech giver, but then it pours out from your heart in just the right way. How are you going to deliver the speech and the awards ceremony?
It's somewhat vague because of the time limits. I wish I could, like I said, there's so many people and so many stories I wish I could tell, and especially about this team and just where we've come from in 4 years. There's so many things that people don't know that I'd like to get out there, and so many people to thank that maybe I won't get to tonight. But I definitely will behind the scenes. But I think the speech, I feel good about it. It's to the point. It's short and sweet. And just thanking all the people that were part of this deal getting us here, and hopefully everybody enjoys it and I don't screw up.
I was talking to one of the significant others of one of the championship teams in another series who bought a dress and said, listen, I'm buying the dress because I know you're going to win this in advance before Homestead Miami, right? What did Sherry do that helped you through to get to the championship? And we know all the heartfelt support, but was there anything that happened where she was like, yeah, just go get this, or the support she gave you, because it was not guaranteed you were going to win this?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was definitely not guaranteed. I think the key for us was really we didn't do anything different, to be honest with you. We just went about our normal lives, and just like we always do, whether we're having the best of times or the worst of times, we do what we have to do. We enjoy living life together, and we go through the trials and tribulations together, and we do our thing. So we really didn't change anything, and I think that's what made it easiest, was to just be ourselves. And that's really what we did as a race team as well. We knew where we were at, we knew what we were capable of, and if we didn't let the pressure get to us, we knew we could get the job done, so we did it.
You had a picture that you tweeted that I saw around Thanksgiving with your whole family. You have an understated family. I talked to your dad at the championship stage, and he was very mild, very conversational, but quiet man. Your brother, so proud of you, right? There's a big banner. Where was that taken? What's that picture story about?
So that was down in Key Largo at my aunt and uncle's house where we had Thanksgiving last Thursday, and had a bunch of family down there, so it was awesome. I mean, I think my sister actually talked somebody in the racetrack into giving her that banner that they hung up behind the picture, so that was kind of cool. And I don't know if they believed she was my sister or not, but she did a good job of getting it. And so, yeah, they hung it up and sent me a picture Sunday night, and then I was like, oh, that's awesome, And so, Thursday, Thanksgiving, we were all together. We got to take pictures with it and just enjoy it. I love going down there after the race, and every year, Sherry and I spend a few days down there, and we do Thanksgiving at my aunt and uncle's down there. So it was good to be able to go to New York and then get back to Florida to see them all, and we had a great night. I
talked to Dale Jr., and I said, I was on the stage with Martin, and he said, I don't know if I'm going to get used to being called the champion. It's kind of hard for me to soak in, and, I'm not that guy, really. And Dale Jr. said, yeah, but, he handles it well, and years down the road, they're going to be, talking about your championship, and it lasts forever, and that's something that is really big and mammoth. And are you getting more used to being called champion?
I am a little bit. I think the coolest part for me was we have a big group text for our whole team, all the road guys. We have a big group text that we do together, and we just keep up on things and give each other a hard time all the time and everything. But the coolest thing on there was we all kind of said, hey, we're champions forever and ever, and nobody can ever change that. So that was a really cool moment, I think, for all of us to look at that and say, absolutely, you're right. For the rest of our lives, we're going to be called champions, and that's top of the world for all of us.
Last thing, because I'm going to let you go. How do you and Sherry celebrate this? What is the way you handle, all things good happening when so many bad things have happened, and you're like, wow, okay, well, it's hard in a way, right?
It's really not hard. It's unbelievable. I mean, we've had so much fun so far, and I can't wait till tonight. And when all this is over, it's been such a long couple of weeks, just to hang out and be normal with the crew and the team and all the guys in our family that's here, and just enjoy ourselves and have a good time tonight. And then, honestly, I'm going to sleep for probably 2 days when I get home. So it's been a little bit of lack of sleep. Things get a little wild around here. But, I mean, it's been an unbelievable experience, and hopefully the rest of the day goes well.
Not going to be hard. It's going to be fun. You guys celebrate it, and you certainly have earned it. And by the way, thanks for a hell of a ride in the victory lap.
Absolutely. I'm glad you could come along and enjoy it. And thanks for everything this year. You guys work so hard, and you're there all the time, and you're there late. And I can remember, I think, leaving Charlotte, leaving the racetrack this year, and I was whipped, and it was a long day, and you were still on the air till 9, 10, 11 at night. So last one there. Thank you for all you do.
You got it, man. It means a lot. I appreciate it. The champion, Martin Truex Jr.